In 2000, the United Nations Security Council adopted Resolution 1325. In doing so, member states formally acknowledged that conflicts and crises impact the lives of women and girls differently, significantly and disproportionately to that of men and boys.
The Women, Peace and Security Agenda stems from Resolution 1325. This resolution is the first resolution of the United Nations to really highlight how women and girls are impacted differently in conflict zones. And why is that? Well, because obviously they will feel more vulnerable in situations like war, but also they are used as weapons of war. And so this puts women and girls at the center of conflict. But also, it is important to highlight that by giving importance to these women and girls, we're promoting sustainable peace and therefore we're promoting sustainable development. Well, we've seen that when including women in peace talks, then the peace negotiations will be more successful and peace lasts longer. And so it is important to look at women as not only victims, but also keepers of peace. And I think this is the most important message of the Women, Peace and Security Agenda. I studied political science and international affairs. I did a master's degree in governance, leadership, and democracy studies. And that took me to the United States to do research on the Women, Peace and Security Agenda under a Fulbright Scholarship. In November, I had the opportunity to attend the Paris Peace Forum, representing the Institute for Economics and Peace. And during those 2 days of very interesting conversations about peace, I was very, very happy to see how some topics that wouldn't usually be at the center of the conversation had a primary stage. So not only did we talk about feminist foreign policy, but also we talked about environmental degradation and the impact of that in peace. We talked about the importance of including the private sector in these peace talks. And I think that was extremely relevant, including young people in the conversation about women, peace and security, but also in the conversation about sustainable development is only the right thing to do. I mean, we're talking about future, and future can only be achieved if the young people are here to really point out what's wrong, to really point out what should be done, and to really watch out for future generations. And so by including young perspectives, by including this young motivation, the Women, Peace and Security Agenda gains another traction. And I think this is what we need right now in times where uncertainty is taking over. We need the motivation and we need the certainty of young people to really push this agenda forward. And it's only the right thing to do. I've always been surrounded by powerful women, and I've always known what it is to be a powerful woman. So when I see that women don't take a seat at the table, it really does make me wonder why. Why haven't we understood that the role of women is multidimensional? My mission with the Women, Peace and Security Agenda really it is to break the stigma around this.